So I will do question number 2 for you, 3 for you, and you can do question number 1 and 2 yourself. I am doing 3 and 4. A dilute solution of H2SO4, if it is made to undergo electrolysis with platinum electrode, then what will happen? A dilute solution of H2SO4. That means it contains acidified water. So it has H plus and OH minus ion. Also, H2SO4 also gives 2H plus ion and SO4 2 minus ion. So at cathode, reduction will take place such that 3H plus, this H and this H, okay, will, or you can write on H plus only. H plus will take one electron each and will become hydrogen atom. So 6 such H plus will become 3H2. So plus 1 is becoming 0. So at cathode, hydrogen gas will be released. At anode, OH minus ion will produce O2 gas. This is minus 2, this is 0. So I have to give 2 electrons this side, but this is not multiplied with 2. So now I'll give 4 electrons and to balance the hydrogen, I'll give 2H plus. This 2H plus will again go to cathode and will become hydrogen. So at anode, oxygen will be released. Also, sulfate ion will become SO3 gas. We can balance it accordingly. From here I am picking up SO4 2 minus, it is X, minus 8 is equal to minus 2. So X is equal to 8 minus 2 is equal to plus 6, plus 6 is becoming SO3. So this is minus 6 minus 2 into 3, this is plus 6. So no change. So in this way we can find out that reduction of sulfate to sulfite or sulfur trioxide is no reduction. So it is not a no reduction. Then what? Then let us see if it becomes sulfate to SO2 gas. Then it is plus 6 and it is plus 4. Now reduction is taking place. How we will balance it? We will give 2 electron this side And since 2 oxygen is there, so we'll give 2H2O and 2H plus. So which gas will be evolving? SO2 gas will be evolving. Platinum electrode is inert electrode. Platinum does not react with the reactants. That is why platinum is used. Platinum is used because these are inert. It is inert electrode. It does not take part in the redox reaction. Next, question number 4. CuCl2 in aqueous solution, H2O, breaks into Cu plus 2 and 2Cl minus. So at cathode, Cu2 plus will take 2 electron, will undergo reduction and will become Cu metal. At anode, 2Cl minus will leave 2 electron and will become Cl2 gas. This 2 electron and 2 electron will cancel out. Let us see question number 1. Aqueous solution of AgNO3 will form Ag plus and NO3 minus. So at cathode, Ag plus will take 1 electron and will become Ag metal. At anode, NO3 gas, in which nitrogen has oxidation number as X minus 6 equal to minus 1, 6 is equal to plus 5, can liberate 1 oxygen and can form NO2 gas. This is plus 4. So we can balance the charge by giving 1 electron here. But this is reduction. So it gives a mixture of compounds. It gives a mixture of compounds. It does not give only one compound, it can give a mixture of compound. It can leave out its oxygen and can form N2. It can take hydrogen from the solution and can form NH3. and can also form nitrite ion, NO2 minus. So in this case, its oxidation number is plus 5, is 0. It is plus 3, minus 3, and in this case, x minus 4 equal to minus 1. So x is equal to plus 3. So this happens at anode. From where did I come to know? I came to know from here. So it is given here that when electrochemical reduction of nitrates take place, then it was studied that a mixture of product was formed, like nitrite, ammonia, and N2. Small amounts of NO2 and NO is also formed. Okay, so this is what is formed from nitrate is formed, and from nitrite again ammonia is formed. Okay, this is what happens at cathode. Now next, let us go to the next problem. Using standard electrode potential and table 8.1, predict the reaction is feasible or not. Okay, Fe3 plus and I minus, Fe3 plus and I minus. So Fe3 plus has to reduce and I minus has to oxidize. So we'll compare the oxidation reduction potential of these two. So for that we have to go to that chart. That chart is there in the book itself. We have to go to the electrode potential chart. Here it is. So Fe3 plus is there and I minus is there. So Fe3 plus we will see, yes. Its value is how much? Minus 0.44. And I minus is becoming I2 is how much? 0.54. So which would prefer to get reduced at first? Preferably I2 would like to get reduced. Now let us see the question. Here, as we had seen Fe3 plus becoming Fe, it has the value of reduction potential to be minus 0.44, and I2 becoming minus I has plus 0.55. Now what is the reaction given here? Reaction given is Fe plus 3 plus I minus. So can iodine give its electron to Fe3 plus? Its reduction potential is low. It would not prefer to get reduced. It would not prefer to get reduced because its reduction potential is low. Its reduction potential is high, so no reaction will take place. Why? Because reduction potential of Fe 3 plus is greater than that of I minus. Now let us compare about Ag plus and Cu. Ag plus and Cu. Ag plus, where is it? Yes, Ag plus is in two form, AgCl and AgBr. We can take AgCl at first. So AgCl has reduction potential 0.22. And what was the other compound which we had seen? Cu, copper. Copper has 0.34. So copper prefers to get reduced more than silver. कॉपर रिड्यूस होना चाहेगा क्योंकि कॉपर का रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल Ag प्लस रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल से ज्यादा है. अब पूछा क्या क्या है? यहाँ पूछा गया है कि Ag प्लस क्या ये रिड्यूस होगा, क्या कॉपर को क्या ऑक्सीडाइज करेगा, ये रिएक्शन पॉसिबल है? इज इट पॉसिबल टू मेक कॉपर एज Cu2 plus and Ag? No, because Cu2 plus becoming Cu, its value is 0.34, and Ag plus becoming Ag, its value is 0.22. तो रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल कॉपर 2 प्लस का ज्यादा है, तो ये रिएक्शन पॉसिबल नहीं होगा. तो कौन सा रिएक्शन पॉसिबल होगा? रिएक्शन जो पॉसिबल होगा वो ये है कि कॉपर 2 प्लस को Ag में डालेंगे तो ये बनेगा कॉपर मेटल एंड Ag प्लस. ये प्रिफरेबली ज्यादा रिड्यूस करना कोशिश करता है. ठीक है, इसका वैल्यू कितना है? 0.34 वोल्ट. Likewise, you can compare for Fe3 plus and Cu, Ag and Fe, Br2 and F2 plus. Now let us see this question. In the Ostwald process of manufacturing of nitric acid, the first step involved is the oxidation of ammonia by oxygen to give nitric oxide and steam. What is the maximum weight of nitric oxide that can be obtained starting from 10 gram of ammonia and 20 gram of oxygen? Okay. ये क्वेश्चन है. नाइट्रिक एसिड हम कैसे बनाते हैं? नाइट्रिक एसिड बनाने के लिए हम अमोनिया लेते हैं और इसको ऑक्सीजन से ऑक्सीडाइज करा के NO गैस बनाते हैं और ऑब्वियसली वाटर भी निकलता है. तो वही कह रहा है कि ओस्टवाल्ड प्रोसेस में नाइट्रिक एसिड बनाने के लिए पहले हम अमोनिया गैस को ऑक्सीजन से करा के नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड और स्टीम बनाते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये स्टीम हो गया और ये नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड हो गया. अब पूछा जा रहा है कि व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम वेट ऑफ नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड दैट कैन बी ऑब्टेन्ड स्टार्टिंग ओनली फ्रॉम 10 gram of ammonia and 20 gram of oxygen. Very easy. 10 gram ammonia and 20 ग्राम ऑक्सीजन। तो NO कितना होगा वो निकालना है, सिंपल स्टोइकियोमेट्री है। यहाँ पे इसको पहले बैलेंस करते हैं, बैलेंस करना होगा। 2 ऑक्सीजन है तो 2 कर दिया, यहाँ पे 2 कर दिया। अब ये 6 हाइड्रोजन हो गए, और 6 हाइड्रोजन हो गए तो यहाँ पे 3 कर दिया। अब ऑक्सीजन कितने हो गए, हाउ मेनी ऑक्सीजन आर देयर हियर, 2 and 3,
5.
5. So to make it 5, I will multiply it by 5 by 2. Further, to make this a whole number, what I will do is I multiply throughout by 2. So it will become 4NH3 plus 5O2 will become 4NO plus 6H2O. तो क्लियरली यहाँ पे अमोनिया कितना यूज हो रहा है, कितना ग्राम, एक नाइट्रोजन के लिए 14, 3 हाइड्रोजन के लिए 3, तो 17, 17 4 times will be how much, 68, 68 gram ammonia combines with 1 oxygen is 32, 2 oxygen is 64, and 5 oxygen will be 64 into 5, 320 gram, 320 gram of oxygen. Here we see that हर 10 ग्राम के लिए 20 ग्राम ऑक्सीजन चाहिए, तो दैट मीन्स हर 68 ग्राम के लिए कितना ऑक्सीजन चाहिए हमें, हमें चाहिए 68 इंटू ट्वाइस चाहिए, बस इतना ही चाहिए हमें। So we actually need 136 gram of oxygen. Rest is excess. 4, 8, 1. This much gram of O2 is excess. इतना तो excess है, ठीक है, ये लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट हो गया, ठीक है। तो 10 ग्राम इसको रिलेट करेंगे यहाँ पे, इसका कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, इसको रिलेट करेंगे। विल प्रोड्यूस, एनो कितना कर लेंगे यहाँ पे 4 इंटू नाइट्रोजन का 14 and oxygen का 16, so 14 and 16 will be 30, and 30 divided by 120, so 120 gram of NO. So we can write 68 gram ammonia gives 120 gram of NO. So 10 gram of ammonia will give how much, 120 by 68 into 10. So we'll calculate this and we'll get the answer. This will be 17.65 ग्राम NO, ठीक है। इसमें रेडॉक्स रिएक्शन का एप्लीकेशन कहाँ है, रेडॉक्स रिएक्शन का एप्लीकेशन इसके बैलेंसिंग में है। यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, अमोनिया ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है, ठीक है। Next. Refer to the periodic table in your book and answer the following questions. Question number 8.24, Control C. This is the question. Refer to the periodic table in your book and answer the following questions. Select the possible nonmetals that can show disproportionation reaction. Okay. So disproportionation reaction means which can undergo self-oxidation reduction reaction. Phosphorus, phosphorus can undergo disproportionation reaction. Chlorine can undergo disproportionation reaction. Sulfur can undergo disproportionation reaction. How I came to know? Because they have variable valency. Like phosphorus can be +3 also, phosphorus can be +5 also. Chlorine can be 0, can be -1, can be +1 also. Sulfur can be 0, can be +4, can be -6. So since they have variable valency, so they can show two types of valency in the same reaction, and hence disproportionation reaction is possible. That means self oxidation रिडक्शन रिएक्शन. एग्जाम्पल दिखाते हैं इसका एक. मेटल्स के डिस्प्रपोर्शनेशन रिएक्शन तो कई सारे हो सकते हैं, जैसे मैग्नीज, क्रोमियम, आयरन. ठीक है, जिस किसी मेटल का वेरिएबल वैलेंसी होगा वो शो कर सकता है. ठीक है, विल सी एन एग्जाम्पल. एक एग्जाम्पल करेंगे तो और इजीली समझ में आ जाएगा. Disproportionation reaction means self oxidation and reduction reaction. Example. For example, we take this question here. See this question. Balance the following equation by by ion electron method. Okay, so 8.19. This question I am picking up. Control C. See, it is undergoing disproportionation reaction, self oxidation reduction reaction. अटेंडेंस निकाल लेना कोई. We'll write down the equation first of all. It is P4 phosphorus plus OH minus ion. It is forming PH3 as well as HPO2 minus. So see, it is 0 here, it is -3 here, and here it is how much? Let it be equal to x plus 1 minus 4 equal to -1. So x will be equal to -1 plus 4 plus 1 minus 1. So X will be equal to plus 4. So see, the same molecule is undergoing reduction and the same molecule is undergoing oxidation. So it is called as disproportionation reaction. Now how to balance it? We'll take P for oxidation of reaction. We can take is becoming HPO2 and here its oxidation number is plus 4. So we'll give 4 electrons here, but before that multiply it by 4. So we'll give 16 electrons here, but here the number of oxygen atom is 8. So we'll give 8 H2O here, but this reaction is in the basic medium, so we cannot balance hydrogen so easily. So this side 4 hydrogen is there, this side 16 hydrogen is there. So 12 hydrogen we have to add. So we'll add 12 H2O minus 12 OH minus 12 OH minus. So what will happen? 8 H2O and 12 H2O will become 4 H2O this side. Now see, everything is balanced. 8 plus 4, 12 hydrogen, 6 plus 8 plus 4, 12 oxygen, and phosphorus is balanced. So oxidation half reaction is done. For reduction of reaction, P4 is becoming PH3. It's very easy. This is minus 3. So how can we balance? We'll give 3 electrons here. Now hydrogen we have to balance. We'll give 3 H2O and minus 3 OH will become plus 3 OH. Minus. After that, we'll balance the number of electrons. As many number of electrons are there, we'll balance it and then we'll cut and we'll get the balanced chemical equation or balanced redox reaction. Motive of doing this question was to show how nonmetals undergo disproportionation reaction. In this way, try to balance these equations by the methods I have shown you. Try to balance these equations by the method I have shown you and see rest of the questions you will be able to do. Reactions are given. You have to find out whether the reaction is possible or not. Behavior. Next. Here reaction is given and you have to find out that whether it is undergoing oxidation or it is undergoing reduction or not. Here you have to find out the oxidant and the reductant. Here you have to find out the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent. So rest of the questions you will find will be very easy. Okay. You have to find out the oxidation number of the element which is underlined. So how we are finding? We are taking it as X and then we are calculating, isn't it? So likewise, go through the question answers, solve it by Sunday. From Monday, we will start organic chemistry. Okay. Have you taken screenshot? Have you taken screenshot of the attendance? Have you taken screenshot of the attendance?
No, sir.